The focus of the West Australian frost research is to look at frost from 3 different approaches. So there's a genetic approach, which is looking at how different varieties perform and their relative susceptibility to frost, as well as looking at trying to identify improved sources of frost tolerance. There's a management component as well, which we work on, where we're looking at how different management practices change the severity and duration of frost events and how growers may be able to manipulate those to reduce the impact of frost on their farming system. And then there's an environment approach where we're looking at how that severity and duration of frost changes across the landscape and whether we can actually better understand that and map the damage from frost events rapidly after frosts. So the main issues the work in Western Australia is looking at include looking at how different varieties perform under reproductive frost to look at the relative susceptibility of the commercial varieties. So over the last 4 years we've been benchmarking the commercial wheat and barley varieties for their relative susceptibility to frost, so that growers, when they adopt a new variety, know how to best manage that variety relative to material they've already grown and are familiar with in their program. The other work we've been looking at is looking at how different management practices impact on the severity and duration of frost. So things like stubble management, canopy management, nitrogen nutrition, seeding rate, row spacing and row direction, how those all impact in the actual whole farming system and change the actual severity and duration of the frost events and the relative amount of frost damage that a grower can expect in a landscape. The main outcomes for the work is to basically give growers better tools to manage the frost risk that they currently have and have a better understanding of how their current management decisions impact on the severity and duration of frost that their cropping enterprise is going to experience. So a lot of it's about actually just developing baseline information and improving the current knowledge on how our current management practices and future management practices can be manipulated to try and minimise that frost risk and try and maximise the production in their farming system with and without frost across the landscape.